mic is on, we're going to be able to hear everything that's happening in the background. I'm sure in like 2 minutes you're going to hear my 2-year-old going ballistic. So that's all going to be recorded. So anything that's happening, if your mic is on, is going to end up on YouTube. So just be careful. Okay. So originally what I wanted to talk about tonight was kind of like breaking the habits that are holding you back. And originally when I started like developing that idea, I was thinking more like, okay, you know, you have a problem with time, so let's do this, you know, X, Y, and Z. If you have a problem with your posting, let's do this, like that sort of stuff. But the more I was really like digging into this topic, I like uncovered this whole thing. We talk a lot about the color personality test. What I'm going to talk about tonight, pretty much like it lines up with that, like it's the same kind of idea, but it's more like figuring out who you are, what motivates you, and then from there you can look at your bad habits and like really dive into what it is that you need, not just from yourself but from your leaders. We really want to start doing a more like personalized leadership where, you know, there's different people that thrive with different things. Some people like to have someone in their inbox every day, like go, go, go. And some people that makes them be like, oh no. So yeah, we're gonna kind of talk about that. I would love it if everybody could get a piece of paper, write this stuff down, because we really want to like, as leaders, we want to be able to help everybody the best way we can. We all have different personalities. Being able to like identify what it is that like triggers you is going to help us all. You know, it's going to help us lead. It's going to help you to come up with ways to, you know, get your routine down and just really thrive in this business. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is identify what your problem areas are. Do you have a problem getting your post up? Do you have a problem following up with customers? Are you really bad with like customer care? That's one thing like I really struggled with for a long time. I literally, like, as I was thinking about all this stuff, have really identified like a huge thing for me that I could change, that literally the trickle effect then would fix like so many areas for me where I'm struggling. Okay, so hold on, I need to mute a few people. Okay, so basically once you identify like what your problem area is, and that needs to be something that comes from you. You need to be the one who is like, okay, here's my problem area, not like my leader told me this is my problem or my husband told me this is my problem. Like really think about for you, what is it that's holding you back? I know we all have something, we all have different things that we, you know, we could be doing. So basically, I was doing a lot of research and I started reading this book called, I think it's Better Than Before. And it goes over all of this. Basically, the whole point of the book is breaking habits and like the best way to help you with your personality to break the habit. So they were talking about how there's like inner expectations and outer expectations. Inner expectations would be like if you set a New Year's resolution or you decided like, hey, I'm going to start waking up every morning at 7 o'clock, or I'm going to start a new workout routine. Can you guys make sure you're muted, please? You know, I'm going to stop eating fried foods. I'm going to stop drinking alcohol. All of that kind of stuff, those are inner expectations. And then you have your outer expectations. That would be like your shift starts at 8 o'clock. You need to be here at 8 o'clock. You have a deadline on a project. You know, whatever it is. It's like somebody else expects something of you. So those are like your outer expectations. So each of these different like personality traits, there's 4 of them. They kind of all have their like way that they connect with inner and outer expectations. Being able to identify that will allow you then to like dive in and figure out how you can hold yourself accountable. Okay, so the first personality type is an upholder. Upholders are pleasers. They love, they really handle inner and outer expectations really well. That is like, I don't know, in my mind, this is not my personality type, but they thrive from like writing down their goals, having other people tell them what they need to do. Basically, any kind of goal setting is fantastic for them. Let me see here. I actually have it. Okay, so yeah, they easily meet all expectations. They love when you set like accountability. And then you have a rebel. Rebels resist everything. Have you ever met somebody, or maybe you're like this yourself, who when you, like they're willing to do something, but when you actually ask them to do it, then all of a sudden they're like, no. Like, now that you asked, I'm not doing it. You know, that type of personality. Like, for example, your husband asked you to load the dishwasher. If it was something you were going to do anyway, and you were like fine with it, but as soon as like he asked, then you're like, well, no, like I'm not doing it now just because you asked. That is the rebel personality. If that's your personality, then you're not going to do well with your leaders messaging you and being like, hey, I want you to do 5 host posts. You're probably going to be like, no, I'll do what I want. You know, that type of personality. So you can see then why you wouldn't mix with other personality types. Okay, and then there's the obliger. Obligers meet outer expectations easily, but they're not real great at meeting inner expectations. These would be the people who, if they want to start like a workout routine by themselves, they won't stick to it. But if they sign up with a personal trainer, they're going to show up every day and do exactly what the personal trainer says. They are a lot more likely to like show up and hold up their end of the bargain when somebody else is involved and somebody else is holding them accountable for it other than themselves. Okay. And then you have the questioners. Questioners, they just question all expectations, inner and outer. They have a really difficult time making decisions. So you basically need to like give yourself a deadline if you're a questioner. Okay, so anyway, once you have like that kind of established, then you can go in and look at things like accountability. Are you somebody who is driven by reward or by punishment? If you're driven by reward, then somebody's saying like, hey, I want you to get 5 hosts to post up today. If you do that, I'm gonna, you know, enter you in this drawing, or I'm gonna make a big post celebrating you on Facebook, that sort of thing? Or are you more the personality type that like, if I don't get 5 hosts to post up today, I'm gonna get screamed at? Some people are motivated by that. Some people run the other direction. So that's another area where you need to like figure out, what are you more driven by? Are you driven by reward? Or are you driven by like the fear of like punishment? You know? So basically, once you can identify your personality type, and then you can identify the way that you're motivated and the way that you're held accountable, from there you can figure out if you need to have a leader in your inbox every morning saying like, hey, here's your checklist. I want you to send me a screenshot when all of this stuff is done. And if you do that, then, you know, reward or punishment, whatever it is that fuels you, you know, really think about that kind of stuff. Instead of saying like, tomorrow I'm going to start waking up at 7 o'clock in the morning every day for like, you know, forever. But you don't have a personality type that's going to like feel rewarded by that, then it's going to be a lot more difficult. So basically, the whole idea behind all of this is figuring out the main personality type that you are, what you feel rewarded by, and then from there, as leaders, we want to kind of like help you in a custom way. We want to help you with whatever it is that your issue is that you're having, whatever's holding you back. And like, you know, if you need an accountability partner in your inbox every day, we want to do that for you. If you just want to be left alone and like that's how you're going to thrive, you need to decide everything on your own. You know, if you have that rebel personality, then we need to know that so we can help you that way. So basically, instead of me just like rambling on, I was hoping that somebody would be willing to share what their personality type is, what areas they are struggling in, what they think would really help them personally. Is anybody willing to share? Anyone?
I will.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe if I can. You're welcome. Sorry, it's a little crazy here. We're doing homework and reading books and getting ready for bed. But I think for me, I don't know. I like a happy medium. I don't like somebody constantly over me, like, hey, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? But then I also like somebody to keep me on track too. Like, hey, how are you doing today? Where are you at? Do you need anything from me? Like, just checking in now and again. So I can't really say that I'm a rebel. I don't think that, but I think like that personality, I guess I kind of need a happy medium. I need somebody to be there to check in, but then I also need to like kind of figure it out on my own at the same time.
So what are some things that you're struggling with, like business-wise? What kind of things do you think are kind of holding you back?
I think being organized is the biggest thing for me. Like, I am not a very organized person when it comes to I think for me, like, my personality is everything has to go perfect. Everything has to be like, I have to do this, 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 and this, or I just don't do it at all. I'm just like, forget it. I'm not going to do it if it doesn't go the way that I want it to. So I need to find some sort of organization that works for me and my life, because I got 2 kids and my husband and I work second shift. So it's like we're always running and sports and activities and just life. So I need to I need to figure out how to just sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to do this at this time and that's enough, and then just take a break and then do another task at another time. Like, I think right now that's my biggest thing that I'm having an issue with, like getting out my messages every day and adding new people, and like I just feel like if I don't do all of it one time, then I'm like frustrated.
So you definitely are heavily motivated by like having a routine and a schedule.
Yes.
Have you tried making kind of like a personalized checklist for you, or has that not really, has it been helpful to you?
I have made it, and whenever I look at it and I use it, it does help, but then I kind of get into like a habit of, oh, I know what my checklist is. And then if I'm not waking up every day, I'm not looking at it, like physically getting it out, looking at it, and actually physically checking it off. And I'm just like mentally like thinking, oh yeah, I need to do that. Then it doesn't work.
Do you think like maybe you would benefit from having an accountability partner, like someone who's working towards the same goals as you, that like each morning you would check in with them or check in with them around like noon and just being completely like upfront and honest with each other, like,
yeah,
you know, so that would definitely be something great. Who is your enroller?
Caitlin.
Okay.
She checks in with me she checks in with me a lot, and that does help. But I feel like if I had somebody else too, because I know she has her, she's checking in with everybody, but like more so, like you said, an accountability partner, just somebody who's working towards the same thing that I'm doing right now. Hey, did you get this done? Where are you at today? Like, just kind of to just keep me focused.
So maybe that should be something like we could make a thread on our page and just kind of like, here's where I'm at, here's the areas that I really could use some help with. I'm looking for an accountability partner, sort of thing, and maybe we can link people up that way.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The idea is when you are connecting with somebody who, kind of works the way you are, if you're being honest, then that could be like an amazing, just way to keep you fired up. I know Chelsea is like my accountability partner. If there's something that I'm not doing, she's going to tell me about it. And that works with like my relationship with Chelsea, but that doesn't work with like every personality. And like you were saying, like that's something that like, might not work for you. So yeah, do you think that like that would be beneficial if we did something like that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's worth a shot. Yeah, I think it would be cool. And connecting with other people too. Like I love that. I love whenever new people come on, to the team or the Diamond page, and everybody's so welcoming. Like I just love that, and talking to new people. And there's been a few people that I know Chelsea enrolled and that Kate Brennan enrolled, and like a couple girls that I've connected with through social media, like that aren't even specific, like they're not under me or anything, but like I enjoy seeing their posts or seeing them on social media. And I don't know, I think it's a good idea. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and like overall we are like one big team. It doesn't really matter who enrolled you. Like we're all here to like help each other and get through this, and we have proved that there is like more than enough for everybody. It is not like a competition within our team or anything. I want to catch up on the chat real quick. Yeah, okay, Betty, you said what if someone is under you? I'm guessing you mean for like the accountability partner. That to me is Chelsea, and she's technically like in my downline, but like personality wise, I connect with her on, like she motivates me. If they're in your downline, like that's completely okay. If you have that like, kind of connection with them and you feel accountable. Again, sometimes people are going to sign up under you and they are going to be like, not like you're not going to necessarily gel with them, and they might be better teamed up with another leader. Chelsea was actually telling me about one of the other distributors, Mayfield, right, Chelsea? She pairs her girls. Chelsea, can you tell them about that?
She was saying that basically sometimes because she is like I am, like super, 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 super red. So she basically was saying, like, I'm not going to be able to properly motivate everyone that's on my team, and I understand that, and I'm okay with that. And sometimes, like, I'll take this leader from this team over here and have them do a Zoom with this team where I know, like, there's a lot of yellows over here, and this is a yellow leader, so that different people can get different things out of that, and they can see a different side. And, like, those people that have that personality can be like, oh my God, she's speaking to me. You know what I mean? Because we all just have different people that we vibe with. And I can remember, like, right around the time that I started, I think it was either Angela or Renee did something like this where we did accountability partners and everybody commented like same type of thing. It was colors then, but same like what their personality was. Everybody commented on this thread and then basically just picked accountability partners out of there. And kind of, I think sometimes for a lot of the newer girls, it's a little less like overwhelming to work with someone that's kind of more at your same level and working on the same things that you are. Like it can be a little less scary to be like, oh man, I slacked off today, than to tell that to your leader, you know?
Absolutely. I definitely, could see that. Alyssa, you wanted to share? We'd love to hear from you. Are you on here?
Hi, sorry. I was unloading groceries. I was in the car and I just got home. So am I on?
You're good.
Okay. So Chelsea's my leader. She's bomb. Absolutely on my butt every day, and I need it. My biggest thing is I feel like I struggle with consistency. Like I feel like I get so overwhelmed. Like there's so much information. Like I literally just need somebody to sit down and be like, okay, this is what you need to do every single day. This is how you need to do it. And like, that's just how I am. Like, if you put too many things in front of me, I'm like a scatterbrain. Like I get so overwhelmed. Like I text Chelsea all the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I suck. Like it's been a really crazy month. I've had a death in the family. I had the flu. So I've kind of slacked off like a lot. And, you know, Chelsea never once was like hating me for it, which was awesome. But yeah, I feel like I'm definitely the kind of person that needs to be like, okay, this, and this is what you need to do. This is when you need to have it done by. Okay, like do it. And I have to be like, okay. But yeah, my biggest struggle is probably consistency and just, you know, trying to get it done in the morning before I go to work and just get lost in the craziness throughout the rest of the day.
Liz, have you seen the daily task list that's in Diamond Tribe that Angela does each day? She does it as like a poll. So basically,
Okay.
once you complete a task, you like vote on that specific task. So you're like checking it off throughout the day, but she posts it in there every morning in our team page. So you can literally go through and check it off as you've done each step.
Okay, then yeah, that's what I need to do.
So you're like,
because
you're a list girl. Like that's where it is. It's in our team page every morning.
yeah, I have to have literally like a visual in front of me, which is why I was really bummed that I can't make it on Sunday. Because it would just be nice to sit down with everybody, see what everybody else does. Because I just feel like I'm missing so many like points just because I just like get into like this like panic mode. And like I'll look at my e-suite and I'll like be clicking on stuff and see a whole bunch of things and like my brain just shuts down.
So yeah, that's definitely recognizing things like that. Like once you get overwhelmed, you just kind of stop. Yeah, that's definitely like a huge thing. I think a lot of people can feel that way too. I know, like just little weird things like my email. Sam is one of those people who, if she has too many like unread messages, like that drives her crazy. Me, I like, if you saw my phone, like you'd probably have a heart attack. It is really bad. Like I have so many like notifications of emails and it's almost overwhelming. So I like just don't even go in there and look at it. Yeah, those type of like personality things, it's crazy like when you really think about just how different people are and how like the different personalities click. Obviously this is going to be kind of like an ongoing thing. I wanted to like introduce this idea that I thought was just like really like helpful. Obviously this isn't the first time somebody in It Works has done something like this. But I think now, especially as a leader, like our teams have gotten so large and there's so many people, and I don't want anybody to feel like they can't do this, maybe necessarily because they were paired up with a team that they don't feel like they connect with. So anyway, yes, as like a whole team, I would love to just like start a thread. If you know you want an accountability partner, amazing. If you want your leader in your inbox every day, let them know that. If you just need to kind of like be left alone and checked on maybe like once a week, that was kind of how I was. Like I didn't feel the need to like constantly be talking to somebody. When I joined, I kind of figured like my job to like figure out all this stuff. And then sometimes, you know, that just doesn't work for some people. So this is definitely like an idea I want to like do some more research on. I definitely want to have, you know, help people get linked up with other people who will help them be accountable. We are just like a big family. So we definitely want to make sure like everyone's feeling supported the way that they need to be. Everybody is getting out of this, you know, what they want and meeting their goals. We don't all have the same goals. Some of you might want to be ambassadors. Some of you might want an extra $200 a month. Pairing those two goals up, you know, probably isn't going to match up too well. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. I'm going to do some more research on this. Is there anybody else that wants to share anything real quick? Any like ideas you had? Anything that like you would find helpful?
I know I am having an issue right now with some things I might need a little help with.
Okay.
I am new to this the whole it work. And I am struggling very hard trying to get people to help with host to post.
Okay, so you need help like with talking to people and asking them if they could put up a host to post for you?
Yeah, like, well, I've been talking to people, but
Sorry, your mic keeps going in and out.
sorry, somebody keeps calling my phone. I cannot get somebody to actually want to be and willing to do it, and that's where I'm struggling.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay. We
Oh,
can
I'm
hear you
sorry.
now. Okay, so you're struggling, I guess, yeah, to have like people actually like want to host a post for you.
Yes.
That's actually something we can definitely make a post about. I mean, if everybody wants, we can make a thread on the Diamond Tribe page. And if anybody has any kind of like tips, things that they've done, I know me personally, I have asked loyal customers, I've asked friends and family, people who were interested, like if I'm doing a product giveaway for the host to post, I'll say like, if I'm giving away hair, skin, and nails, I'll message people and say like, I know in the past you were interested in hair, skin, and nails. You didn't want to do like the 3 months. I'm doing a giveaway this month. All you have to do is share a post for me. And something else I've done that I found it seemed to really like increase the amount of people that are willing to do it for me. When I would message them, I would say like, all you have to do is share this picture on your page and tag me in it. And I send the picture right away. That way they don't feel like they need to like agree to something that they're like unsure, like, oh my gosh, what is she gonna have me share? And literally it's a graphic that says like, my friend Holly is looking for 5 people who want to drink coffee and lose weight. Like that sort of thing. I like to just kind of like send it to them right away to get like that, element of surprise out of the way. And I've seemed to like have a lot of success with that as far as getting people to say yes. But we can definitely start a thread with some ideas on that one. Thank you so much, Brittany.
Thank you.
And never hesitate to like shoot us private messages. If those group chats that we have going on, especially the one that we have for the month, it does get really like overwhelming. There's so many messages coming in there. We do miss things. If you ever need something, feel free to message your enroller privately. Any of the leaders, make a post on the Diamond Tribe page, and we might be able to help you a little bit better that way. All right, if nobody else. Okay, I think we're good then. All right, so we're gonna hop off. It is 8:28. I'm going to, no, I am not announcing the Tiffany's winner. I do not know who the Tiffany's winner is. That would be Sam. I will message her about that though. And then I'll get 2 threads up then on the Diamond Tribe page. One to kind of help everybody find like an accountability partner if that's what they want. And then one for ideas if everyone wants to share for getting people to do host to post. All right, guys, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I really appreciate you jumping on. And definitely let us know, if you guys have any questions. Okay, have a good night, everyone.